What's up, everybody? Welcome to Queer Girl Straight Skates, the place where you can go and learn about a bunch of different roller skating reviews, tutorials, and general roller skating community videos. If you're trying to learn how to roller skate, or if you really like roller skating or are a roller skater, I highly suggest that you press that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. I'm Rebel, and today we're going to talk about what to do when you want to skate and it's really hot outside. Because it's been really hot outside, right, Bowie? Yeah, it's really hot, but we still want to skate. So what do? Let me tell you. The first tip that you're going to do when you start roller skating and it's hot outside, you really need to pay attention to what you're wearing. So when you recognize that it's a heat wave happening or that it's just really hot in the area that you're skating, you're going to want to wear light, breathable clothing. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to sacrifice your sense of style or sacrifice fashion, but you should make sure that you're wearing less layers than you usually would, and it's best if you're wearing light, breathable fabric. You also, contrary to what I am wearing right now, you should not wear dark clothes unless, of course, it's your style and you want to suffer through it. But the lighter your clothes are, the less the heat will be attracted to you, so you won't get so overheated so fast when you're skating. But if you have to wear like dark clothes, like me, because it's like, this is my style, it's an aesthetic, don't come at me, then you should do something like this. I'm wearing a sports bra, some shorts, and I'd probably wear like shorter socks if I was skating right now. And if I get really hot, I could just be like, what jacket? Another thing when it comes to clothing that you might want to consider is you might want to consider bringing an extra pair of socks with you. And I know what you're thinking, Rebel, why? That makes no sense. Well, let me tell you, young little ducklings, it does make sense, and it's because when it's really hot outside, your feet sweat like a mofo, and when your feet sweat a lot, your socks get wet. And guess what happens when your socks get wet? You get blisters. And nobody likes blisters. So bring an extra pair of socks for when your feet start to sweat so you can switch those out and then not have to deal with the blisters that come with that later. Tip number 3. After you have figured out what you're wearing and you're like, okay, I have an extra pair of socks packed, I'm all good. Another thing you need to remember is you need to remember to eat before you skate. And I don't mean necessarily eating like right before, but you just need to make sure that you have food in your tummy when you go out to skate, because you're really gonna need that sustenance, because the sun just like it takes all your energy from you, and so you need that food to give you back that energy. So make sure that you had a good hearty breakfast if you're going out in the morning, or make sure that you've eaten throughout the day. And when it comes to food, you want to make sure that you have things that have protein in them. If you are going on an especially long skate, you might want to take a snack with you. A good snack to bring would be something like a power bar or an energy bar. You can put them in your fanny pack or whatever you're bringing with you and give you some sustenance while you're skating. Or you could bring something like a banana, which gives you potassium and helps a lot when your feet or your body starts to cramp. Tip number 4, let's talk about water, baby. It's time to talk about hydration. Hydration nation, population you, population me, especially when it is hot outside. Okay, so how are we gonna get our water into our systems? First, we're gonna make sure that we hydrate ahead of time. So we're not just hydrating like in the moment while we're skating or like right before we go to skate. So we're gonna make sure that we're nice and hydrated before we even go out skating. So we're not just drinking water while we're skating, we're hydrating and drinking a lot of water before we go skating. But that's not just it. You don't just hydrate before and then you're good to go. You also need to bring water with you. What I would suggest is getting a water bottle like so that has a little hook-de-doo. And with this little hook-de-doo, you can connect it to your fanny pack or whatever bag you have going on. So my favorite kind of cup actually is the ones that with the hook-de-doo, it clips on and off, so you could just clip it onto your fanny pack and clip it off. because with these ones, you would either have to unscrew the whole top and then drink it, or take off your fanny pack and then pull it out and drink it. But it's really great to either have one that you're willing to carry while you're skating, or one that has a hook, because what you're going to do is you are going to slide that through. This one doesn't work. This one's not the right shape. Okay, but you get the idea. So if you had a fanny pack, you would put your fanny pack thing through the actual hook, and then you would close it again. So then you would have your water bottle attached to your fanny pack, and then you could skate along and you don't have to worry about it. And it's oh so fashionable. Look at me. No hands. Tip number 5, if it's really, really hot outside, like right now there's a total heat wave, and in the middle of the day I just want to collapse because it is so freaking hot. So here's a couple tips of what to do to cool your body down and cool yourself down for when you're going skating. The first one is that you can go and you can take something that is a bandana. So you probably have a bandana in your house because bandanas are neat and we love bandanas. But what you're gonna do is you're actually going to take your bandana, you're going to get it wet, and then you're gonna roll it up into like this shape kind of a thing, the way you would wear it, and then you stick it in the freezer. Once it's been in the freezer for a few hours, it's nice and frozen. And what you can do is you can put it on your neck. Ooh, nice and chilly. And then you tie it up, and then you're like, I look so cute, and also I'm being cooled down on my neck, and that feels really nice. So then you're skating, and you're like, are you hot? 'Cause I'm not. I've got a frozen bandana on my neck. This is also a great trick if you're like at derby practice and you're getting really hot. You can freeze a bandana, throw it around your neck, and still have that on while you're practicing for derby. If you don't have a bandana that you can freeze, if you have an ice pack, you can take that with you. So make sure if you have ice packs, especially these flexible ones that are really nice, that could conform to any size of your body, you can take an ice pack and you can put it on different parts of your body. For example, I get really hot under my boobs. So if I was to put an ice pack right here, that would feel really nice for me. So I would just be skating along and I'm like, you know what? Under boob sweat? Who is she? It's just sweat from my ice pack. But it also cools you down. You could put it on your leg, you could put it on in your shirt, you could put it on your shoulder, you could put it wherever you need to. Ice packs. So underrated. Okay, so let's say you don't have an ice pack. Don't worry, I've got a friendly tip for you, and that is water bottles. Okay, so let's imagine that this is a frozen water bottle. I tried to freeze it. I didn't take enough time with freezing my water bottle. Don't judge me, we're pretending. It's a frozen water bottle. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna freeze a water bottle overnight. You're gonna take it with you on your adventure. You can put this water bottle essentially anywhere on your body that needs to be cooled down. Back here, you could put it right here. You could put it like right here. It'll cool you down, so nice. And what's really great is once you have it on you and you're skating around, that frozen water bottle is actually going to melt as your body warms up. And so you have a frozen water bottle, and guess what ice turns into? Water. So you can drink it as it melts, and you have some nice little ice water, and you can chug, chug, chug a lug. Hydration Nation. The next tip is a really important one, and that is if you start to feel overheated, take a break. Don't just push yourself through when it's a really, really hot day. Pushing through in that kind of an environment can be detrimental to your health. You could pass out, you could get heat stroke or heat exhaustion, and you definitely don't want any of those. So if you start feeling really overheated, take a little break, find some shade, sit down, relax for a little bit, and only when your body says, okay, I'm good now, that's when you should start skating again. It's really, really important when you're skating on a hot day to make sure that you're listening to your body. And if it gets really bad and you feel really, really overheated, there is absolutely no shame in calling someone and having them pick you up. We would much rather, me speaking for all of your skate friends and all of your loved ones, we would much rather have you call us and have us go and pick you up than to have to pick you up because you passed out on the side of the road and we had to take you to the hospital. So listen to your body. If you're getting really overwhelmed, take an Uber, call a friend, stop your skate. It's okay. You can skate again the next day, and just listen to what your body is telling you. Thanks for watching this episode of Queer Girl Straight Skates. I hope you enjoyed learning about what you should do if it is super hot and you still want to skate. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I've got some really cool new stuff, new patches and posters on my Etsy. You should check that out. And if you want to support me further and see an extra vlog that I create every week, you can become a Patreon. Link is also in the description bar. And most importantly, cheers to the queers! Woo, woo, woo!